One thing is for sure, we are eternal.
Composer gloves here. This is a sound demo video for Adrenaline, and here we go. We're going to be looking at this. Start off with the GUI, pretty basic GUI. The only thing I'm going to mention here that's specific for what we're going to look at, because we're just going to look at the sounds, because that's what you're buying. And the rest of this is nice, it's great, but I have a whole bunch of this outboard stuff. Comes with most DAWs. The amp sim might not come with your DAW, but most of this stuff is pretty standard DAW stuff. It's just nice that it's built in. So we have this tempo sync button over here. That's important to know. You have a scale, 1/2 or 1, and you can set your tempo here. So if your tempo is really fast and you play this, you can do that. If you turn it off, it goes back to its original tempo. So that's really useful. So what it is, Adrenaline is just a bunch of loops. It's just a ton of loops. You see, there's not even a folder for them. This is where I would prefer to also have access to the WAV files, which is a common thing I say in most of these videos, because I would love to have access to this so I could put them in my own slicers and my own plugins instead of having to record it and put the thing in its own jazz. So that is annoying, but it does not render the library useless because I can tempo sync it. But if you want to get at specific chunks of it, you're going to end up recording it. And I feel like, geez, why don't you do that already and just give us the straight WAV files? But I'm not in charge, so they didn't do that. So here we go. They have them labeled out. You have down here, you have the faster stuff. This is the 120, goes up to 120. And then the slower stuff, 68. And it's just a bunch of interesting things. Let's just look at some of the loops. So that's pretty cool. So they have a drum line and then they have a few synth lines. So you see, they are playable libraries. So they do jive. You can turn on your tempo sync so you can animate your tempo. And then the first one in this case is all of it together. I think that might be them in all the cases. So you have them broken up into their elements on after the first note. How interesting. Let's come down here to some faster stuff. That is very interesting. So yeah, so you get a wide variety. Maybe you heard something you like. Maybe it's something. And there's also nothing to stop you from mixing and, you know, obviously mix them up and make your own stuff. That's pretty much all that there really is to this library. So, I mean, if this has got stuff you like, then get it. If you don't, you're basically just buying a bunch of loops. That's it. Which could be useful for your thing. Maybe you make TV soundtracks and you need stuff that you can just lay down just like that. You see, they also have them labeled out here on the articulations, full loops, drums, bass, and blah, blah, blah. It'd be neat if they had some already mapped out where they just came in groups of 5, starting on every C or whatever. Or however they have it mapped out so we don't have to load up a separate track every time. That would be much more intuitive and easy, I think. And having a sample slicer thing right here, so you could maybe play the individual loops. If you're gonna have them like this, you may as well use more of the keys and give us more options on each of the loops. Maybe even color code the keys different colors, like the orange ones are the breakdown of the main loop or the synth loop, or something like that. I feel like I don't have to think very hard to come up with some of these suggestions. So I don't know. Maybe that was just not really in the option. This is a smaller library and one of the cheaper ones. So, but those are my 2 cents. If you heard something you like, cool. Subscribe if you enjoy these videos, and have a blessed day.
Opposing gloves. Reversing.